What's good, YouTube? All praises to the Most High Yahuwah, and all praises to Yahusha, the one that lived for us and died for us twice, then lived for us again, for us to have the RUACH HaKodesh. Now, let's quicken the RUACH HaKodesh. Hey, Laquan Z, back at you again with another one, y'all. Sheesh. I'm gonna give y'all, some words of encouragement. I think I done beat it in y'all head to commit yourselves to the Most High. And I'm still going to continue to beat your head to commit yourselves to the Most High, but I'm also going to let you know that, sometimes you are going to fall. Sometimes you're going to fall short, and the Most High does give you a grace period to turn away from your wicked ways. That's what the grace period is for. That's why certain things don't happen as quickly as they can. Now, the veil is thinning. The veil is thinning. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat, and let's have a conversation. And hit that like button. Hit the like button. Give me an algorithm. For algorithm's sake and the message sake, anyhow. And then you might want to come back to this video because I do have an important, it's important for y'all to understand what I'm going to say here. All right. So, this is just something I've learned over time. Okay, when you fall short, because we all do, all right, the Most High Yahuwah makes it so that you have a grace period to return from your wicked behavior, okay? And I'm not talking about your willfully being stupid. That's not what I'm saying. Do not misconstrue me and into thinking I'm telling y'all to continue in your wicked behavior and just change from the wicked behavior. Like, no, that's not how that works. When Yahuwah, the all-knowing, creator of heavens and earth, says that he knows all, or he is all-knowing, which is something I've noticed that a lot of people don't explain carefully or correctly, because I listen to it and I get a total different perception when I look at it from the Most High's eyesight. Okay, so when I look at it from the Most High's eyesight, right, the Most High is all-knowing, yes, but the Most High don't know whether you're going to heaven or hell. Let's start right there. He doesn't know that. Only you know whether you're going to heaven or hell. Contrary to popular belief. Now, he knows when you get, he knows when he sees you that you're going to go to hell. But it's not, it's more, and I ain't going to say complicated. I'm going to just say people overlook it. People overlook it. What do you think your free will is for? Why do you think he sent his son down here? Why do you think Yahusha said, not even I, the Son of the Most High, know know the day of reckoning. And your day of reckoning is probably different than the actual day of reckoning. Right? So I'm gonna explain this. He is all knowing. That's in the bag. The things when he says he's all knowing, he knows from your trajectory where you're going. Your trajectory can change. Males and females. Your trajectory can change. And don't misconceive this as your wicked heart is being overlooked. Because if you have a wicked heart or you have wicked intentions, it's not being overlooked. The Most High is not overlooking it. All right? Let's get that out the way too. Because you got people out here that want to play like they asking forgiveness. And I don't be asking for, like, and they don't be for real about it. They go right back to being conscienceless or moralless or hard-hearted. And when I say hard-hearted, I don't mean like as in, I mean as in their heart was never soft to begin with. It was just a way to get out of whatever jeopardy that they were in. It was just a way to get out of it. However, the Most High has quickened my insight as far as, it's so, like, now I'm not saying it's okay to fail or to fall short. It's not what I'm saying. However, grace is allowed for you to fall short in hopes. This is why you experience a delay in repercussion or rewards, okay? Because within that delay or reward section, you're going to either submit to obedience or submit to your flesh. You're not going to and the delay is to protect you, which is grace. That's what our delay is. Now the veil is thinning, so your grace and delay is getting short. The delay is getting short. Pay attention. Your delay is getting short. Everybody's delay is getting short. Very short. Used to be 7 years. Now it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Now it's becoming like 1 to 2 years, 3 years sometimes. Sometimes all within a year. It just depends on the grace. It depends on, and then don't get me started on if you involving people. If you involve people, your delay is even shorter. Okay? So whatever iniquity that you are in, if your delay is short, depending on the extremity of the act that is committed, your delay could be instant. Like you might not even experience a delay period because of how wicked the act is. So when your delay is the grace, the fact that you're still breathing, that's the grace. Your breath, you're breathing, you're still alive. And you might experience punishment. Who knows? You might experience whatever it is the Most High allows you to experience until you decide to turn to Him. Trust me, I know. And I'm not sitting, and like I said, when He says He's all knowing, He doesn't know whether you're going to go to hell or not. Not like that, no. It's just instantly He can tell when He sees you. That's why when He came to the garden, he came through the garden calling out for Adam and Eve, and He asked them, why are they hiding? But then He instantly knew, oh, you ate from the tree. Oh, I know which way y'all headed. I said that y'all would surely die if you ate from that tree. And people didn't, I mean, people don't explain that. People don't explain that He knew them when He saw them. He knows you when He sees you. And then sometimes when He envelops you, because He cannot, He can't reside in a wicked temple. He cannot reside in wickedness. Though the fruits of the RUACH HaKodesh may still operate in a vessel, right? If it's perverted or twisted or denied, or people deny the power thereof, the Most High YAHUAH, that's when you experience your corporal punishment, because that means your wickedness also involves others, and you could be misleading others into whatever wickedness that you're committing, and then you're thinking it's okay. It's not okay. And that's why He gives you a grace period. That's why you have a delay in that's why you have the delay. The delay is grace. That's what grace is, the delay in your punishment or reward. You have a grace period. It's called a grace period for a reason. Pay attention to the words that we use out here. Grace. Grace. Now put a period behind it. It means a window. It's a window. And most people, it's a misconception that, just because He's all-knowing doesn't mean He's just going to instantly remove His presence. He says He gives sun to the righteous and the unrighteous and the wicked. It's true. So yeah, if you want to say all-knowing in that fashion, it is. Once you make a decision, He knows what direction you're going to go in. So then He can say, oh yeah, you're going to hell if you stop right here. Like if this is the direction you're set on, yeah, you're going to hell. If this is the direction you're set on, then you'll run into blessing. And I shall bless you or reward you with blessing. That's why, like, He gave us the laws in Deuteronomy. He gave us the laws in Deuteronomy for His, and see, His all-knowing is based on your choices, your decisions. Only you know if you're going to hell or not. He gives you grace. Now, if your heart stops or you fall unconscious or go into sleep at a time when you're wicked, it's a wrap. I know because I would have been in hell. I was gonna go to hell. Like it wasn't gonna be no. Oh, I'm gonna wake up and the Most High gonna give me a chance to believe in Him and all this. Nah, it don't work like that. The Most High like, no, you died like this or you went to sleep like this. You supposed to worry about your contrary to popular belief. You supposed to worry about your life because you will be living forever, whether you know it or not. You can burn for eternity in a lake of fire, or you can reap the rewards of serving the Most High by being obedient to the laws that He provided for us in our spirit, and so He can remain in our presence by using the RUACH HaKodesh and actually having intention on serving the Most High, Yahuwah. And yeah, you're gonna fall short. You may fall short, but this ain't. It's not what you think. Like I'm gonna put it to you like this. Yes, feel guilty and feel shame, but don't be so hard to where you just like I can't do this, or I want to give up. Your grace is your searching, like you, and then you gotta understand a lot of our shortcomings is because we don't depend on the Most High Yahuwah. We're supposed to depend on Him. Now He can read your heart and see that you mean well, and He might have to tweak your behavior. That's why I said when He enters your vessel, or when the Ruach HaKodesh or the Holy Spirit enters your vessel, it can correct your movement. It can adjust your behavior. It can bring you into remembrance. Seriously. The Most High don't get off on you going to hell. He would much rather you serve Him without a fight. Okay, let's throw that in there. Without you bucking back at His system. Like, but a lot of times, people get out here and they fall short. They get so guilty, or they feel so guilty that they don't. Well, I'm already going to hell, and I don't want people to feel like that. I want you to understand that there's a delay period for a reason. It's a delay period. Now, the delay periods are getting shorter depending on the act committed. And if your acts involves other people, they are sometimes delays are non-existent. So, and this is why He tells us to go into the wilderness. Go into the wilderness and find Him. And sometimes you get forced into. I got forced into the wilderness. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was forced into the wilderness. Lost jobs. Lost everything. I was doing well. Lost everything all at one swell swoop. Ended up in the hospital. All kinds of craziness. But my delay was the fact that I was still breathing. Because I was making poor decisions. Oh, yeah. Making poor decisions. Not giving, not giving the Most High the time that I needed to give Him. And not giving Him His admiration. Do you know the reason that the Most High tells us to concentrate on Him and to follow Him and to follow Yahusha? It's so it's so he can protect us from ourselves, because the way that people say, because they call it the universe or the manifestation techniques or these witchcrafts and all that stuff, remove all that and let's just use the most high, right? Because all that other stuff is just backdoors the most high and removes the power thereof. Because he says in his word that people will have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. Wrap that around your head. People will have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. No, we that's why I say we take no glory for ourselves over here. But he gives us grace enough for us to turn away from wickedness, or to turn away from self-grandizement, or to turn away from self-righteousness, or to turn away from, you know, our wicked or insidious or lascivious thoughts. He gives us grace to turn away from that stuff. Like I said, when I lost everything and I was in the hospital and all that kind of stuff happened and lost jobs, I chose to leave one job and then lost the job that I left that job for, and then tried to spin the block, and that they was like, nah, nah, nigga, my fault, nah, yeah, nah, you can't go back here. But also, I wasn't in no, I was not in the healthy space either. Like I wasn't physically able. I was incapacitated. I wasn't able to move around. Wasn't. I had blood transfusions and all that kind of stuff. So that stuff kind of, yeah, man. And then I just had to ask myself, well, what I guess the poor decisions that I made, even just trying to serve people that didn't serve a woman that didn't serve the Most High. That's one. Well, women that didn't serve the Most High, and none of them were at the same time. It was just like okay, this person, going in and out of relationships, faulty relationships, and then just ended up diminishing my immune system because contrary to popular belief, your emotional health and spiritual health affects your physical health. It does affect your physical health. And I didn't know that at the time. I was clueless. I'm like, I'm just sitting here, I'm going through the motions. I still had knowledge of the word at the time, but I think I was more perverse than than I am now. I was perverse at that time. So me going into that situation, and the Most High was like, "I'm giving you grace. You could be dead right now. You, matter of fact, I could have woke up at the doorstep of hell." Yep. And I'm not taking that away from the Most High. Not at all. He woke me up so that I didn't have to go to hell. And then he also gave me a lot more understanding about what I was reading so that I can lead others away from the fiery lake of hell, or Sheol. Well, nah, Sheol's a different place. Sheol is where you get ministered to, or or you get torment depending on how you lived here, if that makes sense. Matter of fact, it has a Yahusha. He gave a parable about that, about the servant that experienced misfortune from the master, and then the master that experienced, you had a good life on earth, and now that you in in here, you want a drip of water on your tongue. No, eternal suffering for you. You didn't treat people good while you was here. You gonna reap that, and there is no going to tell others or none of that. If they don't listen to the ones that are out there, they definitely not gonna listen to anybody else we saying. So, he made himself clear. Yahusha made himself clear that he was here for us to have grace, meaning experience the delay of poor decision making. The longer your delay, the more grace you have. The shorter your delay, the less grace you have. And so if you make decisions and you experience immediate repercussion, that's because the veil's thinning. And you no longer have a delay. I'm just warning people. For the most part, I'm just warning y'all. Even me, when I make these videos, I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself as well. But don't be like, and I ain't gonna say don't be hard on yourself when you fall short, but be well intended. Be well intended. Have good intention. Have pure intention. And also, when you're falling short or you are in iniquity, acknowledge the Most High in your iniquity so that He can pull you out of it. Acknowledge the Most High in your blessings and your curses. Acknowledge the Most High. Acknowledge Him. Give Him His admiration and give Him your belief. Give Him your adoration. Adore His creation. He created this so that we could be in awe of His creation. It says that in the book of Enoch, actually. In case you don't, in case y'all don't know, it's in the book of Enoch. But He created us to, He created us for us to experience the things He created and His greatness and magnificence. But yeah, y'all be careful out here about how don't take grace for granted. Most people take grace for granted. And that's why you're seeing a lot of instant repercussions or a lot of instant people perishing or people crashing out and all that stuff, because the veil is thin. People are getting instant repercussion or instantly cursed from acts. Depending on the act that you commit, it's becoming a lot more instant because of the type of iniquity that's being performed. Now, that doesn't mean like, because you have iniquity that doesn't involve others, which have a much better grace and delay than others. Like the ones that you perform that involve other people. Excuse me. And then also, breathe in that RUACH HaKodesh. I was outside earlier and I tried to make this video outside, but mm-mm, it was too windy, y'all. I couldn't do it. I tried to make the video outside, but I couldn't find no place where it wasn't no wind, y'all. But yeah, if y'all, when you experience delay and repercussions, that's your grace. And when I was in the hospital laid up, that was my grace. That was my time for me to rethink how to serve the Most High, not how to serve myself. Not how to serve myself, is how to serve the Most High, how to serve Yahuwah in all his greatness and be in servitude. And then also having my unbelief challenged by believing even though things look grim. Because you're going to go through that process. I'm going through that process. I'm out of that process actually. But, you know, the Most High slowly but surely, well, I ain't even going to say slowly. I'm going to just say it's done. I'm out of that process. So I'm just getting to doing what I need to do to serve the Most High at this point, which is creating these videos. Yes, I'm about to, I'm still out here on it. I'm still doing this, but I'm also out here trying to, you know, repay debts or doing the best I can to get active about how I move out here. But always in all behavior, exalt Yahuwah. Exalt the Most High Yahuwah, not myself. I'm not supposed to, you know, I'm not supposed to exalt myself. I'm supposed to exalt the Most High, but also exalt and esteem others above myself. This is why I say, like, the people, people that help me, I gotta help them, or I gotta make sure that they get their just dessert, like their just reward, because it's unjust for me not to not. It's just not in my heart to not, you know, pay people back for the blessings that they graced me with. No matter how little or how big that blessing was or the help was. Uh, like, the Most High, he's been showing me about how he knows all. Depending on your trajectory, that's how Yahuwah knows all. That's how he is all knowing. And yes, he is all powerful. His emotions are powerful. But once again, he's weak for us. But nah, he not gonna and I'm not saying be out here and be stupid and to take advantage of grace, because you're not gonna get much you're not gonna get much delayed gratification, rather it be wicked or righteous. So just make sure that you're on a trajectory of righteousness and following the behaviors of YAHUSHA and YAHUWAH. Yeah, be on the trajectory of righteousness. when he called out to Adam in the garden, called out to Adam and Eve and asked them what have they done, and then said, "Oh, that's how I knew that the Most High's all-knowing don't work like we think that it works. He don't know whether you're going to heaven or hell. That's not his fault if you end up in hell either. It's your fault. That's all of us. Me too. If I end up in hell, it's my fault. nobody else's. And so, like, I had to give all acknowledgement and all praises to the Most High for allowing me to take it easy on y'all, because you are gonna fall short. You are, and that's why you're supposed to acknowledge Yahusha. When you acknowledge Yahusha, this is what happens. Let me give you a synopsis of what happens. Okay, so the way you see Yahusha is how he can reflect through you. Okay, so your behavior, your observation of others is how it's reflected through you. So when you concentrate on the greatness of the Most High, is all deserving. When you exalt him to be all deserving, you become all deserving. When you exalt him to be all knowing, for some reason this happens like this, but you become all knowing because you start to understand how he's thinking. You're able to. That's why he says we are little Elohim. And Yahusha says it. Do ye not know that ye are the temple? Does it not say that ye are Elohim in your Torah? I mean, it's all there. And so when you reflect his gracefulness, or when you reflect the Most High, like whatever you see the Most High as, he can show you as. And that's why he continuously warns you to be in the presence of the Most High, Yahuwah. Be in joy of the Most High, Yahuwah. And then, like, whatever you observe, you reflect. It just outpours out of your life. But Yahuwah can protect it if you acknowledge him. But you gotta acknowledge him, Yahuwah. You can't, you can try to backdoor heaven all day, and yeah, you may live a fruitful life down here, but there was a servant. I mean, there was a master that ended up in hell because of his lack of morals. Talking about, can you send my servant down here to give me a taste of water? Just a drip. Nah. You got your reward when you was here. When you decided to serve yourself and not others. Great master. Yeah. People gonna stop taking the Most High for a joke. Yeah, it even say that in the book of Enoch. Yeah, you'll have your riches, but you won't be able to take your riches with you. And yeah, having your riches here on earth so you can have a smooth, comfortable life and all that stuff. Yeah, that's cool. But the Most High not going like, all right, that's how you want to play it, and you want to have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. Yeah, all right. I'm going to show you. And then he'll show you. And then you might end up on the doorstep of hell that day, depending on how wicked you are. You might have a long, lengthy life. But the Most High not going for that. He ain't going for it from me neither. Shoot, Like if I got a wicked heart, or like I'm out here just exhausting all wickedness out here and having no regards for nobody's vessel, he not about to. Oh nah, you going to hell, nigga. Excuse me, my language, but you going to hell. Seriously, like that's how it's gonna play out. It's not going to play out the way that I would like for it to play out. If I just was down here just living a selfish life or a self-fulfilling life. It's not the most. It's not. He's not supporting that. And he's not promoting that either. He's promoting obedience to his ways, to his laws, to the things he created. So yeah, I ain't telling y'all to not be hard on yourselves. I'm telling you, if you see the Most High as graceful, you'll become graceful. If you see, like, if you are in the presence of the Most High, Yahuwah, you shall become what you see, what you observe. And stop attributing it to the laws that he created of the universe. Because yeah, they do work, regardless of whether you believe in the Most High or not. But you can have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. And that's something you don't want to suffer. Because you will. I know, because, like I said, I would have been on hell's doorstep had I had the Most High not had no mercy, took all whatever breath that he gave me out of me and just made sure that I just didn't wake up, or whatever the case may be at the time. I was going to be in the absence of the Most High. That's also hell, absence of the Most High. Because remember, he cannot look upon your evil. He cannot look upon our evil. This is why we got increasing. That's why the veil came over our eyes, and we got increasingly wicked and had unbelief, which is a major sin in the sights of the Most High. Having unbelief and denying the power thereof. And he loves you. The Most High Yahuwah does love you enough for me to give you the message. You know, you are going to fall short. However, give it to the Most High. I'm guilty of falling short, and I have to give it to the Most High. But acknowledge Him in all your iniquities, so that He can pull you out. Okay, well, I know you mean well. We gonna fix it, but you're acknowledging me. You're acknowledging your poor behavior. Cool. That's half the battle. That's most of the battle. Acknowledge your poor behavior first. Then, the Most High can say, all right, cool, my child. All right, I need you to do this. So he can give you something to do, to occupy you. Like, once he gives you something to do to occupy you, just do it. But do it in his presence. Do it in your acknowledgement of him, in your exaltation of him, in your exaltation of the RUACH. Seriously. Don't deny the power of Yahuwah. Exalt him in your observation of everything that happens. And over time, it'll get easier because it does get easy once you see it as easy. It only it's only hard because you experience something different than what you're used to. That's the only reason it gets hard. Or maybe it's increasingly hard because maybe you have been incapacitated, as I have, or not able to work or not able to put out that same kind of energy at that time because he's like, I need to sit you still so you can know what's going on. And that's what he did with me. He sat me still so I could know what's going on. I ain't know. And now, if I deny the power thereof, yeah, you know better. Seriously, that's how you gonna do all of us. Especially if you know better. And then don't be just trying to be willfully ignorant so you can say you didn't know. Because at that time, like, don't think the Most High don't know about your intelligence. You can't hide your intelligence from the Most High Yahuwah. It says that his foolishness is greater than man's intelligence. And his weakness is greater than man's strength. You can't hide your intelligence from the Most High. Well, I didn't know any better. Nah, you knew. You just didn't know. And the Most High, like, I'm not going to give you no pass like that. I just understand how, like, when you read the word, you just understand how Yahuwah works. So, yeah, I'm not telling y'all to go easy on yourselves. But I'm not telling you to be hard on yourselves. I'm telling you to turn away from your wickedness if you are wicked. Or if you have iniquity, turn away. Before your delay hits 0. Because grace is just the delay in the process. Grace is only delay in the process of your iniquity. Depending on whether you involve others, that's how quick you might not have a delay. So you be careful. And if you made it this far, I love you. And so does Yahuwah. And if you like the video, hit that like button. If you have any discrepancies and with anything I have to say, hop in them comments. It's cool. I'm going to respond. Have a conversation. Like, this is just a conversation. And I'm just talking about the Most High and how I interpret his word. And also, if you are new to the channel, we gonna have more conversations like this. And also, we gonna have world conversations about what's going on in the world as time progresses. But right now, I'm just trying to turn y'all to the Most High so y'all can just understand how his laws work. I don't know how many gonna see this, but it's gonna get to who it get to. And if it get to, it's gonna get to the righteous and elect. And those who have ears. Yeah. I enjoyed this conversation, y'all. And it's all thanks to the Most High Yahuwah. Exalt him in all your ways and all your behavior. Breathe in the RUACH HaKodesh. Breathe it in. It's not hard. It resets your day. I'll talk more about it. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got more for y'all though. And I'll probably make another video tomorrow after I do some shorts. I'm gonna, chop this up into shorts and then do another video.